The hypersonic threat, Iran's new weapon in the shadow of the Israel-Iran conflict. In the early hours of a brisk October morning, the sky over Israel lit up with the flashes of missile intercepts. A barrage of nearly 200 rockets hurtled toward the country from Iran, a significant escalation in the long-standing tensions between the two nations. Israel's highly sophisticated defense system, the Iron Dome, quickly sprang into action, intercepting missile after missile, neutralizing what many believed was the entirety of the threat. However, beneath the surface of this apparent success, a far more chilling reality emerged. Hidden within the mass of intercepted rockets was a new menace, one Israel's defenses could not touch: the Fattah 2 missile. The Fattah 2, Iran's most advanced hypersonic missile, slipped past Israel's Iron Dome. It was designed with a singular purpose: to evade the very defenses that had kept Israel safe for years. This weapon was not just any missile, it was a game changer. Capable of traveling at hypersonic speeds, the Fattah 2 was impossible for conventional defense systems to track, much less intercept. In the days following the attack, Israeli officials scrambled to assess the damage. While the number of Iranian missiles that managed to bypass defenses remained low, the symbolic and strategic implications were staggering. Iran had now joined a League of Nations, alongside Russia and China, who possessed hypersonic weapons capable of striking targets with little to no warning. These weapons could potentially reach anywhere on the planet, making traditional defense systems obsolete. The introduction of the Fattah 2 missile had sent shockwaves through Israel's military and its allies. What had once seemed a distant technological threat, reserved for global powers locked in faraway Cold Wars, was now at Israel's doorstep. Experts warned that the conflict between Iran and Israel had entered a new, more perilous chapter, one where every second counts and the margin for error is razor thin. The world held its breath as reports of missile strikes poured in. While Israel's military and their allies maintained that the majority of the missiles had been intercepted, Iranian state media told a very different story, a story that would shake the balance of power in the region. According to Tehran, the October attack was a direct response to a string of provocations, the assassination of a Hezbollah leader, and a devastating attack on the Iranian embassy. In retaliation, Iran launched a calculated and deadly missile barrage aimed at crippling Israel's military infrastructure. But this wasn't just any missile strike. This was a display of a new weapon, one that could change the course of conflict in the region: the Fattah 2 hypersonic missile. Iranian state media claimed victory, reporting that their Fattah 2 missiles had reached their targets, evading Israel's highly advanced defense systems. They asserted that key military bases in Israel had been damaged or destroyed. The base they specifically targeted housed Israel's elite fleet of F-35 fighter jets, high-tech aircraft that symbolize Israel's military might. The Fattah 2 missile, Iran's newest weapon, is a medium-range missile with a reach of up to 1,500 kilometers. Though this range is disputed by some analysts, what cannot be contested is the speed and precision of the Fattah 2. This hypersonic missile travels at breathtaking speeds, making it nearly impossible for current defense systems to detect or intercept. As the dust settled, Iranian officials declared that this was only the beginning. With the Fattah 2, Iran was stepping into a new era, a powerful player in the Middle East capable of striking at the heart of its enemies with devastating efficiency. The speed and range of the missile placed Israel, and by extension, the broader region, under constant threat. Military analysts and political commentators around the globe watched in shock as Iran's actions reverberated through the Middle East. A new power dynamic had emerged, one that placed Iran alongside global superpowers like Russia and China, both of whom also possess hypersonic missile technology. Iran's leap toward superpower status. In the dim glow of a missile launch pad deep within Iranian territory, history was being made. The world watched, and so did Israel, as Iran prepared to unveil its most advanced and secretive weapon, the Fattah 2 missile. For the first time, Iran was deploying this cutting-edge missile in real combat, an event that would send shockwaves across the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East and beyond. The Fattah 2 is not just any missile. This technological marvel has one feature that makes it nearly impossible to defend against. its ability to change direction while traveling at hypersonic speeds. Designed with extreme agility, the Fattah 2 can alter its trajectory mid-flight, dodging interception attempts by even the most sophisticated defense systems like Israel's vaunted Iron Dome. Powered by hydrogen fuel, the missile is lighter, faster, and deadlier, capable of reaching incredible velocities that render traditional defenses obsolete. The implications of this missile are staggering, especially from Iran's perspective. For years, Iran has positioned itself as a regional power, flexing its military and political muscle across the Middle East. But with the introduction of the Fattah 2, the game had changed. This wasn't just another missile launch. This was a bold move, signaling that Iran was ready to ascend to the ranks of military superpowers. As Iranian officials stood before the cameras, their message was clear. The Fattah 2 was a testament to their regime's technical prowess and military might. They believed this missile could elevate Iran to near superpower status, or at the very least, solidify its dominance as a regional force in the Middle East. The Fattah 2 was Iran's answer to the powerful arsenals of Russia, China, and the United States. It was the weapon that could project Iran's influence far beyond its borders and strike fear into its enemies. Military analysts worldwide were quick to assess the strategic implications. With a missile that could travel at hypersonic speeds and adjust its path in real time, Iran now had the capability to strike key targets with unprecedented precision. The Fattah 2 could easily reach Israel, Gulf states, and even U.S. military bases stationed across the region. Its 1,500-kilometer range placed countless targets within its reach, forcing Iran's adversaries to reconsider their defenses. For the Iranian regime, the Fattah 2 represented more than just military advancement. It was a symbol of defiance, a message to the world that they were no longer confined to the role of a regional player. With this missile, Iran saw itself on the brink of joining the elite club of nations capable of influencing global affairs through advanced military technology. As Israel and its allies scrambled to assess their vulnerabilities, the reality began to sink in. The Middle East had entered a new era. The balance of power was shifting, and Iran was at the center of that transformation. But with this newfound strength came a chilling question. Would this hypersonic missile trigger a new arms race in an already volatile region? The Iron Dome, celebrated as one of the most sophisticated defense systems in the world, had previously intercepted thousands of rockets, keeping Israel safe from aerial attacks. But the Fattah 2 was unlike anything seen before. This hypersonic missile was not only fast, but it was also highly maneuverable, making it almost impossible to predict or intercept. In the blink of an eye, it streaked across the skies, moving so quickly that in some cases, even the Iron Dome struggled to respond in time. As videos of the missile strike surfaced, experts were stunned by what they saw. The footage revealed a haunting reality. While Israel's Iron Dome successfully shot down several incoming missiles, a few Fattah 2 missiles evaded detection entirely. They slammed into the ground at hypersonic speed, hitting their targets with surgical precision. The devastation was clear. These few missiles had made their mark, and the Iron Dome, for all its capabilities, was powerless against the hypersonic threat. Military analysts watching the footage noted how quickly the Fattah 2 had crossed the distance from Tehran to Israeli cities. In less than a minute, the missile covered a distance of 1,500 kilometers, a range far beyond that of conventional missiles, which typically max out at 200 to 400 kilometers. The speed and reach of the Fattah 2 had rewritten the rules of warfare. The missile's flight, 5 times faster than the speed of sound, rendered most current defense technologies useless. The implications were staggering. The hypersonic capability of the Fattah 2 had changed the game. Its unprecedented speed and maneuverability made it the perfect weapon for delivering strikes with pinpoint accuracy, even in the face of advanced defensive systems like the Iron Dome. For Israel, this was a nightmare scenario, a missile that could arrive in mere moments, too fast to stop, too deadly to ignore. For Iran, the successful deployment of the Fattah 2 was a watershed moment. It showcased the country's growing military capabilities, positioning them among the few global powers, alongside Russia and China, that could boast hypersonic missile technology. Time and time again, the Iron Dome has proven its worth, intercepting rockets from Gaza and other hostile areas, minimizing casualties and damage. But the October missile strike from Iran posed a new and deadly challenge. With the introduction of the Fattah 2 hypersonic missile, Israel's defense system now faces a question of survival. The initial Iranian missile strike was devastating in its scale. Hundreds of rockets fired toward Israeli territory in a single coordinated attack. Yet, Israel managed to contain the onslaught, and thanks to the Iron Dome, the casualties were minimal. The system successfully neutralized most of the incoming missiles, keeping cities safe from wide-scale destruction. But the emergence of the Fattah 2 missile has shifted the balance. This hypersonic weapon is faster and more agile than any missile Israel has faced before. It's designed to outmaneuver defense systems, traveling at 5 times the speed of sound and adjusting its course mid-flight, making it nearly impossible to intercept. As news of the Fattah 2's capabilities spread, Israeli officials and military experts scrambled to find a solution. The Iron Dome, once a near-infallible defense, suddenly seemed vulnerable. Could it handle this new threat? Could it protect the citizens of Israel from a missile that moves faster than their defenses can track? Many experts argue that the Israeli government is already working to upgrade the Iron Dome system. Behind closed doors, military planners are reportedly developing new technologies and strategies to counter the hypersonic threat. Rumors swirl of enhanced radar systems, faster interceptors, and even a multi-layered defense strategy that would combine the Iron Dome with other systems such as David's Sling and the Arrow, all designed to deal with a spectrum of missile threats. But the Fattah 2 presents a unique challenge. Its speed, range, and maneuverability mean that even with upgraded systems, there's no guarantee Israel can stay one step ahead. The Fattah 2 has the potential to breach Israel's defenses, hitting critical infrastructure, military bases, and even civilian areas. One successful strike could cause catastrophic damage, altering the course of the conflict in the Middle East. The question on everyone's mind is this: will Israel's defenses ever be able to stop the Fattah 2? Some analysts suggest that the Iron Dome, even in its upgraded form, may never be fully equipped to handle the hypersonic missile threat. As technology advances, so too do the methods of attack. And for every defense, there is a new weapon designed to bypass it. For now, Israel remains on high alert, knowing that the next strike could come at any moment. The arrival of the Fattah 2 has cast a shadow over the country, a reminder that the balance of power in the Middle East is always shifting. As Israeli officials race to fortify their defenses, one thing is clear: the future of warfare has arrived, and the stakes have never been higher. The world watches, waiting to see if Israel's Iron Dome can adapt to this new age of hypersonic weaponry, or if the Fattah 2 will become the weapon that changes everything. If you like this content, don't forget to hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more.